Welcome to Truth by Billie Beene. Today's date, March 14, 2025. Time in Texas, about 5 p.m. So this is a flash update. We're going to begin with some weather-related items. Thunderstorms, tornadoes, baseball-size hail, fires, wind up to 80 miles per hour. Beginning in Texas and this afternoon in Central and West Texas, North Texas, we've had fires and heavy hail, and dust is blowing and winds up to 80 miles per hour. This is to spread to Oklahoma, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, all the way up to Iowa, Illinois, Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, and then up to Washington, D.C. by Sunday, New York, and Pennsylvania. So it's a heads up on that rough weather. And now we'll talk about a catastrophic situation developing in Kursk, which is inside Russia. Where we've had since August up to 100,000 Ukraine and NATO and mercenaries trying to take the Kursk nuclear power plant. We understand and have understood for several hours that the current Ukraine forces, which number about 10,000, are currently surrounded. Russia was going to begin to take out the remaining 10,000, who cannot escape. And President Trump intervened with President Putin to spare the lives of the Ukraine forces. And President Putin said he would do that if there was a formal request from the Ukraine government to allow the Ukraine troops to surrender, which means they would surrender and Russia then would take them in as prisoners of war. They are inside traditional Russia. So then the information went to, and President Putin did this in response to a request from President Trump. The information then went to the Ukraine government. And we have this coming out from the deputy chairperson of Russia's Senate, Medvedev, who says Ukraine has responded not back to the government of Russia or the military of Russia, but put out on social media Ukraine military's response, stating that the Ukraine government and military does not believe that Russia has encircled Kursk. They're putting out, this is not true, that Russia is putting out lies for political reasons, and certainly there is no surrender, because the Ukraine government and military does not believe the Russian government. Now, we have apparently individuals operating on behalf of the Ukraine government and military who are completely out of touch with the real world. I mean, let's be clear. Do we believe that President Trump had direct contact with President Putin regarding this situation, and that there then wasn't direct contact between the U.S. government and the government of Ukraine Of course, I mean, it's not believable that there wasn't direct contact between the U.S. government and the government and military of Ukraine. And yet we see the response from the Ukraine government military putting it out on social media, not properly responding to either President Trump nor to President Putin, but using a social media platform to state that Russia is lying and they're doing it for political reasons. So we see a Ukraine government military not in touch with the real world. And the response from Medvedev back to the U.S. government and U.S. intel sources is that in a few hours, and that would be nighttime here in the U.S., Russia then will take out the remaining 10,000 Ukraine troops, and if a surrender deal is not put forth, Medvedev says it will be the greatest battleground takedown since World War II. So it's good to be in prayer for America, President Trump, and world peace. I love you, and I'll see you soon.